Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by our dear sister, and this is the narration of the story that she sent to me. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I am a woman who is aged 45 years old. I got divorced from my first husband, and currently I am staying with my second husband. But what pains me the most is my daughter. My daughter, she is there. She is studying in South Africa, but she is heavily involved in drugs. She does a lot of drugs, and she is a drug addict. And it is not because my daughter is a bad girl, but it is just that there are some evil spirits that follow her. And my daughter, her being a drug addict, she is supposed to be like that because there are some rituals, future rituals that are waiting for her. So I lost my other child because of these rituals that me and my current husband ended up doing. And my brother, I actually even have a worker's permit that I got when I was still there in South Africa. So I arrived in South Africa after I had a very big fight. Like me and my husband, we operated this small business here in Bulawayo. So my husband, when he thought that we were now making a lot of money, he then started dating one of the girls that were working at one of our small grocery store. So I then found out about this relationship. At that time, it was already too late. This girl, she was pregnant, and I told my husband that I wanted this girl to remove that pregnancy, to have an abortion, but he said that he was not going to do that, for he wanted a male child. So we started fighting a lot, and I ended up burning almost everything that we had. That was when I left Bulawayo and I came here to Joburg. When I came here, I started working as a maid, and that was the time when there was this other program, the ZEP permits that were being given to us people that are from Zim. So at that time, I already had my passport. I then went and I also applied. I was assisted by my boss, but my brother, in that same year, and that was when I met my future husband. So when I met my husband, and after our permits had gotten out, and after we had collected our permits, that was when my husband said, instead of us working, how about we try to have a small business? So the only business that I knew that I could do very well was like your small grocery stores. Here in South Africa, they call them spaza shops. So me and my husband, we then started to have so many spaza shops, because this man, he was also into a lot of business dealings. So the money that was needed to operate these spaza shops, we actually had the money. But then there was a time when all of a sudden business went down. When business went down, my husband then said, it is time for me to take you so that I can show you where I come from. And he comes from Mutare. So first we came to Mutare, and I then met his father's sister, and we were then taken to Chipinge, deep into the mountains. That is where he comes from. That is where his parents were when they were still alive. So when we were having a conversation, me and my mother-in-law, about our spaza shops that were not performing very well in South Africa, that was when my mother-in-law said that she was willing to take us to this other traditional healer. But this traditional healer, he was very expensive, but we were taken to that traditional healer. When we were taken there, that was when my husband was told that there is no need for you to stay in South Africa any longer, because I see that within a short period of time, you are going to get shot there. There is going to be a robbery at one of your spaza shops. And what you are going to do next is the thing that is going to get you killed there in South Africa, because you are going to recognize some of these small boys that would have robbed your shop. When you try to go for them, that is when you are going to get shot. So we were then encouraged not to return back to South Africa. We then said, what about our businesses that we left in South Africa? Then that traditional healer, he started to laugh at us, and he said that, I want to give you millions and millions, and you are here complaining about small spaza shops that you claim to have left in South Africa. He said, leave them, let them take the money, for I want to bless you. I want to bless you 6 times over. But if you decide to go there, know that for each and every day that you're going to spend in South Africa, you are going to limit the blessings that I would have given to you. Then this healer then told my husband that he was going to have a mine, and as for me, I should start a business whereby I'll be selling your second-hand clothes that I will be getting either from Zambia, that would have come all the way from Tanzania or from Mozambique. So this traditional healer, he promised us all of these big businesses, yet we didn't have any money, because when you are running a spaza shop, your profit, it is really small. So at that time when we had left South Africa, we were just struggling, my brother. We were not poor, but we were just struggling. This healer then told us to follow one of his assistants. So we then followed the assistants into one of these other room. And when we went into that room, we were then told that we had to tell this other idol that was placed at the center of that room. It was a wooden idol, but a carving of a black man that was holding a spear and a shield. And we were told that we had to kneel down before him, and we had to tell him everything that we wanted to be done for us. So we told that idol that, as for me, I wanted to have a lot of second-hand clothing shops, and as for my husband, he wanted to operate his own mine. And then we were told that we were going to sleep in that house. So we slept in that room throughout the night, and we were told that the first stage was that we had to go into this other small room, but it was in that same room, because this room, it was divided into several rooms. For each and every step, you will be taken to another room. So we were taken into this other section of that room, where we were given some meat that did not have salt. It was your bride meat, but without salt. And we were told that we had to eat this meat, and after we were done, that was when we were taken into another room. But in that same room, it was divided again by another black curtain, and we then saw that there was a small bed, and we were told that we had to sleep with each other throughout the night without ever resting. So each and every time when my husband was about to produce his sperms into my body, then I will magically transform and I will become like a snake. This thing, it happened throughout the night. Me and my husband, we had 7 rounds that we did throughout the night, making love. And then I was told the next morning that since I had transformed and I had become a snake, I was going to carry 7 pregnancies. These 7 pregnancies that I was going to carry, each and every time that I will be pregnant, I had to return back to that traditional healer so that another ritual will be performed. This I did, my brother. 7 times I fell pregnant, and we will go back to Chipinge, me and my husband. And then somewhere around midnight, I'll actually give birth to a stillborn baby. Then the traditional healer and his assistants, they will just take that stillborn baby. Well, where they will take it to, no one even knows. We did this for 7 months. And after that, my brother, that was when I was told that we were supposed to dedicate my daughter, and we had to send her off to a foreign land. And in that foreign land, she was going to get heavily involved in drugs. And we were supposed to leave her like that, never allow her to be taken to a drug rehabilitation center, for the demons are supposed to torment her, to follow her before her blood will be taken, before her soul will be harvested. She has to do like your dirty stuff. So after that, when her soul is too dirty, then the demons will harvest her soul, meaning that she is like a sacrifice. And the other things that happen is that we were then told that we had to buy this other wardrobe. It was a strange thing that we did. Me and my husband, we bought this wardrobe in Harare, and we had to drive with this wardrobe going all the way to Mutare, to Chipinge, then performed his magic on this wardrobe. Then it disappeared. When we returned back to Harare, That was when we found this wardrobe. It was in our bedroom. And the moment that we entered into our yard, we found out that our old wardrobe, it had been placed outside by whom? We didn't even know. When we rushed to our bedroom, we then found out that the new wardrobe that we had bought, it was there. Someone had placed it in our bedroom. And that healer, when we called him, he said that we had to go and donate our old wardrobe. By donating, there was something spiritual that was going to happen to that person that we would have given this wardrobe to, like stealing his own destiny. So we went and we donated our good-looking wardrobe, and we then took this wardrobe that the healer had told us to buy, which we found out that the wardrobe, even though it was empty, but it was full of US dollars. We were told by that traditional healer that this money that he had given to us, it was only going to be given to us only once. As for my husband, he had to go and do his mining business, for the healer had blessed him. As for me, I was supposed to start my own clothing business. And if we were going to waste this money, he is not going to assist us anymore. So these are the rituals that me and my husband did. And as for my child, my daughter who is there in South Africa, she is actually part of these rituals. Each and every time when she is taking those drugs, then what it means is that she is actually helping us to fulfill our rituals. Yeah, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things do happen in this world. She's saying that my daughter is a drug addict, and the reason as to why she is a drug addict, it is because we sacrificed her, and there are demons that follow her wherever she goes to. She is followed by these demons. Strange things do happen in this world.